Friends, we're going to talk about succulents, cactuses, carnivorous plants, and flowers. First, we have the cactuses. Cactuses are plants that usually have spikes like this. And they don't need a lot of water. So that's what I was saying about. You don't need a lot of water. So each time they get a tiny bit of water, they go real fat. Like this. None of them don't have three spikes, but have hairs. But how do the hairs help? Each time somebody tries to eat it, the water has spikes too. Each time somebody tries to eat it. Well, how do they work? The spikes will stick onto it and make them so hurt that they will try to go away really fast. And not much animals will try to eat it. These plants live in the desert, and they store a lot of water in their areas. That are the basics on desert plants first, or no, the cactuses. Now we have other plants. The next other plant are flowers. These plants are known as having pollen inside them, attracting pollinators. So the pollinators will come and take the pollen and pollinate the flower, which is like bringing pollen from one flower to another flower, and then they can make new seeds. So that's the process of pollination, and help them keep making their own generation. So that is how flowers work. They also are very bright colors to attract them too. They attract a lot of pollinators, including bees, because of their nice smell. Butterflies too. They have their color, and they both have colors that the animals would like. There's special type of pollinators that see colors. So like bees can't see red, and some pollinators can't see other colors too. So they especially choose the right color flower to pollinate. That's the basics on flowers. Next we have the basics on succulents. Succulents are a type of cactus, but instead they look like a flower. But they are very hard and rock hard, and have tiny little spikes at the end sometimes. But sometimes they're just flat, and they change color. And sometimes they grow very big into like very big bundles of succulents, which are the plants that look like rock flowers that live in the desert. They grow in big, very big flocks like this. Or bundle big, a very big bundle. Sometimes they also grow separately, small like this. Or small like that too. Sometimes a succulent can have many, many petals. So it's like a tree in the leaves. The leaves are petals. But later, when the plants grow a lot, the leaf will eventually become a trunk. See that? The stem part will become a trunk. And then it will start dividing into a tree of succulents sometimes. You need to get the correct type, but some of them just grow very tall like this. Some of them will have very little area. If you plant the succulents separately, though, it will eventually the type actually makes it they'll start to make a tree. So this is like a tree. Okay. So the tree will be smaller than the one with the big bud. Next, those are basically succulents and other cactus, other types of succulents. Next, the last type, carnivorous plants. All of these plants have a name, but this plant doesn't have a name. It's just called a plant, but it's actually carnivorous. It doesn't have a special name, but it has a word that is actually quite special before it. Carnivorous. Like herbivore and carnivore. Herbivore eats plants, carnivore eats meat, and and these plants are not regular plants. The nutritious, they are carnivores because they eat insects. Like the insects that fly around usually. Okay. First, they really live in very wet, moist soil. And how they attract insects to their thing. Then the smell, the color. There's a little red in the middle, and it smells quite like pollen. So the insects get attracted, and then it might be some type of trap on the bottom, like I'm gonna tell you later. The trap will snap and will do the trick, and then the insects will get eaten and digested. Here are the first type of carnivorous plants. The first 3 types are most common. The Venus flytrap, the most special type that are mostly known for the symbol of carnivorous plants. This plant has a mouth. The leaf is like in the mouth of the plant. When the insect flies up to the leaf will send the signals, and then it'll snap shut, trapping the insect and in the leaf, squeezing out liquids and digesting it up. Next, we have a pitcher plant, a Nepenthes or a Sarracenia. This pitcher plant is a Nepenthes, but a Sarracenia and a Nepenthes eat the same way. Nepenthes and Sarracenias eat this way. On the bottom of the pitcher, on the leaf, there's a tiny pool of liquid at the bottom. And when the insects fly into this tiny hole on top, they will go under there and try to suck all the nectar on the sides. But then they eventually get sucking a lot of it, and then the legs can't grab onto the thing anymore, and they fall down the pitcher into a pool of digestive liquids at the bottom, and they get digested up. So that's how pitcher plants eat. Next, we have sundews, or flypaper, or a type of flypaper trap. These plants, or flypaper traps, they have small sticks of dew on the top of the leaves, like that. See, there's small drops on top. So that is the thing that the dew are very sticky. They just go on and get stuck to the dew, but the dew actually has a thing, and it's called digestive liquids inside it. So eventually, will actually die. The insects will get dead, and then the plant will eventually digest the insect up, and that's another meal. Each time when the insect gets digested up, it becomes the nutrition for the carnivorous plants. So these are how it works. So bye, friends. See each other at the next plant review. Bye.